Charmaine Johnise Bey from Black Ink Crew Chicago quit the show, you guys. I'm going to read to you what she said. But first, let me tell you something. She did an interview with Carlos King, and we're going to get into that in a second, too, because I'm going to tell you what she said in the interview as well, because she said some stuff on Instagram, but the stuff that she said in the interview basically was the detailed version of her quitting the show, and it involves colorism, so-called colorism. And in my opinion, Charmaine, if anything, is the victim of the real colorism that's going on out here. And Charmaine's not even really light-skinned. She's kind of like caramel complected. She's like a light brown complexion, like Chris Light Brown, but a little bit darker. Anyways, click the thumbs up button. By clicking thumbs up, you help to trigger the algorithm. More people see this video, more people will know what's going on. So click thumbs up right now. Make sure you post a comment in the comment section, even if you're just saying hi. But I have something that I want you guys to answer. I have a question here. Do you think Charmaine's a colorist? If you think Charmaine's a colorist, say she's a colorist. If you think she's not, say not a colorist. Either way. Because I'm going to say not a colorist, because I think this is ridiculous. It's like a colorist witch hunt out here, to the point where people were just making up colorism where it doesn't exist, and it's really sad. So before I tell you what she said in the interview with Carlos King, let me read to you something. I'm going to show you some of the comments on the Instagram post where she quit because her husband, as well as Katrina Jackson, who was a co-star on Black Ink Crew Chicago, she's now on Black Ink Crew Compton. Shout out to my girl Katrina. She's the greatest tattoo artist of all time. I'm going to read to you first the replies in her comment section. Then I'm going to read to you what she actually said. Then I'm going to tell you what she said in the interview, so that way you guys will know the whole story. Remember, always post comments while you're listening, because it helps to trigger the algorithm. But what do you guys think? Like, who's the greatest tattoo artist of all time? Like, let me know in the comment section if you have a favorite tattoo artist, and you better not say Caesar or oh shit. So Katrina says, so happy for you, boo. Can't wait to see you thrive even more, with a red heart emoji. Neek Bey is Charmaine's husband. He says, straight like that. Chapter closed for an even better one to open. Train with Marissa. I have no idea who she is. She said, you're doing great, boo. Keep shining, with a star emoji and a heart emoji. Charmaine says, thank you, everyone. So here's what Charmaine posted. She posted a picture with the people that she hired, I guess, that worked for her tattoo shop, her co-workers, employees, whatever. And what she had said was, I quit the TV show Black Ink Crew. I'm no longer working with, quote, TV tattoo artist. Unfollowed any phony person I used to deal with from the show. Let me know in the comment section. Who does she unfollow? Some of y'all are nosier than I am, so somebody knows. Hired all dope tattoo artists who represent Chicago, and my haters will say my shop isn't legit. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Hating on me will not get you a bigger bag, and it certainly will not stop my success. The worst ones are the ones who say they love you to your face, but they hate you deep down inside. If you support me beyond the TV show, follow my tattoo shop at Second City Ink, and that's 2ND. That's how she spells second. Second City Ink on Instagram. And check out the amazing artists who work at my shop. Thank you, team, for trusting me. Nothing but respect and all love over here. Purple heart emoji. You can purchase at secondcity.tattoo aftercare products, numbing cream, cleanser, etc. on our website, www.secondcitytattoo.com. Shameless promotion. Downright shameless. If you're willing to smash your employee on a sink and break it at the shop, and you're the manager, you are definitely a shameless heifer. If you think Charmaine is shameless, say shameless in the comment section. If you think that she's shameful, that she can actually feel shame, say shameful. I'm gonna say shameless, because that heifer smashed the coworker and broke the sink at an office party. He didn't even have to bring her flowers, no gifts, no nothing. No gifts, just a stiff. You know what I'm saying? She's such a heifer. But bless Neek Bey for marrying this woman. I'm not going to call him a simp, but she's definitely out there. She's definitely, or at least she was, for the streets. Shout out to Future. So Carlos King has an interview show called, I think it's called Reality with the King. And for those who don't know who the legendary Carlos Reginald King is, Carlos Reginald King is the former Real Housewives of Atlanta producer, and he's the CEO of Kingdom Reign Entertainment. They produce shows such as Hollywood Divas and The Next 15, which of course starred the legendary Claudia Jordan, who's one of my favorite people ever. Shout out to my baby Claudia Jordan. I love her. Now, the man, the myth, the legend, Carlos King, and he earned that crown, but I think his real last name is really King. Carlos King says he knew that Charmaine was a star when he first saw her. And he definitely has an eye for talent. And I have to mention this before I go deeper into what was said in this interview. He has a talk show coming called The Nightcap with Carlos King. It's one of those late night talk shows, and it's going to air on Oprah Winfrey Network. So Make sure you watch the show when it comes out. I'm definitely going to tune in. I'm not saying you got to watch every single episode. We got to give it a chance. You know, hopefully you have great ratings during the first season. Hopefully he'll just keep going and going and going strong. Shout out to Carlos King. So here's the deal. So before Charmaine even starts talking to Carlos King, he says flat out, he's like, listen, he was so drawn to Charmaine as a star because, you know, he knows a star when he sees one. But he was drawn to her when he tuned into season 1 of Black Ink Crew Chicago. What was that, like 2013? Does somebody remember what year the show started? I can't believe the show's been around that many years. It must have been more like 2015, right? I guess 2015. Let me know in the comment section if you know, because, you know, y'all know I'm ignorant. But anyway, he was like, wow, like this woman has like a lot of star power. And he was like, wow, this lady is real. She's genuine. She's authentic. He said that was until he started watching season 2, episode 1. And that's where everything changed. He said, you know, like she became this like over the top representation of herself, you know, like a cartoon character. And so it just wasn't real anymore, you know, because that's what reality TV does. So you remember, he's somebody who creates reality TV shows, somebody who produces reality TV shows. So this guy knows what he's talking about. You dig? This isn't just somebody like me just giving my opinion, you know. This is coming from an expert. He's a black belt reality TV creator. This is the sensei. I'm just a Ninja Turtle. He's Master Splinter. You know what I mean? So he said he had to stop watching the show because that was his girl's like. She was like, I guess, like his favorite cast member. He's like, oh, this chick, I F with her a long way. I love me some Charmaine. And then when he saw her change up, he's like, you know what? I'm going to have to tune out. You know what? Boop. Click that power button. Had to turn TV off. He was like, dude, you know, when he saw her announce, you know, the thing that I read to you guys where she posted the people who work at her shop and she was like, yeah, these are the people from Second City Inc. and I quit the show. When he saw this message posted on Instagram, he was like, whoa, I need to reach out to her immediately. So he slid up in her DMs and basically said, look, hey, why don't you call into my show? And I have to make sure that I say that this is an exclusive. What I'm about to tell you from this point, all Carlos King and Charmaine, all of the credit goes to these great people. Charmaine and Carlos King, you know, all of the credit goes to them, okay? And Charmaine says from the beginning, listen, going on Black Ink Crew was a blessing, first of all. First and foremost, because they started off as like this tight-knit group of friends. She felt like she could be herself. She could be free on the show at first. Then editing just got weird. And she said, you know, she feels like over the 7 years that she was on that show, 40 and stuff, I call it her show. Over the 7 years that she was on the show, she feels as if she basically outgrew the show. You know, she has a radio show on iHeartRadio. Yes, she's a DJ. Yes, she's a disc jockey. Also, she has her own tattoo shop, Second City Inc. She feels like she's bigger than the show at this point. She has multiple successful ventures going on outside of the show. She feels as if the show was not going to allow her to outshine Ryan, or that's actually one of the 48 laws of power, you know, to not outshine the master, so-called, which is basically egomaniac, basically somebody who doesn't want you to do better than them, which is regressive. And sad. So let me know you made it this far into the video. Please say this in the comment section. You can leave separate comments when I ask you to say different things. Say 48 laws of power. Why 48 laws of power? Because that's literally one of the 48 laws of power to not outshine the master. That'll let me know that you're engaged. So keep listening though. So here's where the drama really started. Now this is beyond the Ryan situation. She said that there was a girl that she did not want to work in her shop because allegedly, this is Charmaine's words, that girl that she didn't want to work there was sleeping with her friend's boyfriend. Does anybody remember this on the show? If you know what I'm talking about, it'd be nice if you let me know. Hopefully somebody will mention this in the comment section. I think I know what she's talking about. Kind of. Anyways, so this girl who was working at the shop or whatever, she didn't want her to work there because she was sleeping with her friend's boyfriend, allegedly, and the boyfriend worked there. The next thing Charmaine knows, there's a colorism storyline, just like how there was a colorism storyline on Black Ink Crew New York with the Young Bey situation. So these people are trying to find colorism anywhere they can, even when it doesn't exist. And I have a separate video talking about the Young Bey situation on Black Ink Crew Harlem, New York City. And I'm gonna leave that separate. I'm not going to really get into that in this video, but that was definitely BS. Do you guys believe that Charmaine's a colorist? Let's talk about that in the comment section. So they went to a tattoo convention, and that girl that Charmaine's talking about, does anybody know the name of this girl? Basically, the girl came through hooting and hollering. You know, acting wilding out, allegedly, at the tattoo convention, making a show. And Charmaine was like, look, if you want to act all ghetto fabulous, you can go do that somewhere else, but not in front of my booth at this convention, you know? And according to Charmaine's admissions, they edited out this girl acting all crazy, left in the parts where she was talking all calm, basically creating a narrative that wasn't true. And since Charmaine, well, she refers to herself as light skin. I don't really think she's all that light skin. I look at her as like a light brown complexion. She's like caramel complected in my personal opinion. And basically they had her, the other girl, on TV in clips, basically like crying and shit, like, oh, we need to protect black women, like that same old sob story. And like Charmaine said, there's a network interview where this girl is explaining what colorism is, like the definition of colorism. So basically they were using Charmaine, these are not Charmaine's words, these are my words. They were using Charmaine for this colorism storyline, using a situation where colorism was clearly not involved, and basically just making up a fictional narrative for ratings or to get, insecure dark-skinned black chicks on their side or whatever, to sell records. Just making up shit. Lying in their rhymes. And Charmaine feels like this, to some degree. If she can understand, them doing certain things and whatnot, and she can forgive some of that shit that they do, with the editing and everything. But as far as like them going this far, see, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. That's what she was like, okay, they're going too far. This is a dangerous situation. We're treading on dangerous territory here. And this is just something that she can't condone. This is something she can't get with because of the simple fact that this is beyond some silly TV type stuff. This is just flat out fraudulent. And like she said, at that point, she was pregnant and her father had just died. He had just passed away from cancer. Okay. She was also pregnant when her mother passed away. So here she is pregnant with her second child, and her second peer was passing away. She feels like, all money is not good money because according to what she said, it sounded like as if they were offering her more money. Like, hey, can we fix this? Like trying to throw a couple dollars at her, because they were using the fake colorism storyline. So, hey, well, whatever we got to do to shut her up, whatever we got to do to please her, in so many words, allegedly. And pretty much she was like, no, we can't fix this. She says she lost 3,000 followers over this bullshit, which makes sense. There's a lot of brainwashed people out here that believe that colorism is this huge problem. Maybe somewhere else in the world, but here in the United States of America, it's actually not. There's a lot of racism, but as far as colorism is concerned, it's not really a thing unless you want to make it a thing, which they're trying to do. And I can't wait till people start getting sued, for basically harassing and slandering people with fake colorism claims, just like they did on the Next 15. Remember when Miss New York jumped up in Laura Govin's face? Now, what if Laura Govin would have beat her behind for that? Not that I'm condoning or promoting violence. I'm just saying, like, what if she decided to react that way? We know Lauren's willing to fight. Remember, she fought with Malaysia on Basketball Wives. So you see what I'm saying? But Miss New York jumped. I'm talking about Tiffany Pollard when they were on the TV show The Next 15. Carlos King produced that show, and I think he hosted the reunion show. At Claudia Jordan, I think Benzino, and there was some other people. Miss New York, Laura Govan. I can't remember the other one or two or three cast members. I think it was two other people. I'm not trying to be shady, but yeah, she jumped up in her face and accused her of colorism because there was some joke that Laura Govan said, like, yeah, there needs to be more light-skinned people on the cast or something like that. And Miss New York, like, jumped up in her face like she wanted to fight her over that, and black women were condoning it. But also, Basketball Wives, when Malaysia picked up a table, this is completely separate. When Malaysia picked up a table and threw it at Jennifer Williams, beautiful dark-skinned black woman, could have killed her or hurt her severely, allegedly. And I was basically condemning it and saying that it was wrong for her to do that. And black women were cussing me out in the comment section and telling me I didn't know what the F I was talking about. And she deserved it. Here I am speaking out against, this woman throwing a table at another woman. She could have lost an eye or anything, allegedly. And I'm over here condemning it while black women are over here promoting the violence. So much for protect black women. If they actually believed in that, then they would be informing people about, what's that dude's name? DJ Pope or DJ Kid. Was it Jason Pope? DJ Kid? Anyway, that guy and some of these other freaks out here. There's some that I just can't remember the names of, but them too. This shit isn't about protecting black women. That's not what it's about. It's about punishing attractive light-skinned women, or as I've been saying for years, the war on pretty. Hashtag war on pretty. Screaming it for years. Do you see what I'm saying now? If you think this is war on pretty, say war on pretty, or you can say hashtag war on pretty in my comment section. That'll let me know that you're on my side and you agree with me. This is some war on pretty shit. But anyway, yeah, they felt like as if Charmaine, who's a black woman, called another black woman, quote unquote, ghetto, and she lost 3,000 damn subscribers. I think she's followers. I think she's referring to Instagram, for the record. I'm pretty sure. allegedly. And like Charmaine said, she said her husband is a dark-skinned Haitian man, and her child could have come out, which her kids are on the lighter side, like her, like more caramel complected. But like she said, her kids could have very well came out dark-skinned, and she would have to like explain this shit to her kids. You see what I'm saying? But you know, she's not a colorist, clearly. Charmaine said VH1 went and hired a whole team of black activist people to talk about social issues that go on the quote-unquote black community to put it in a storyline. So that's doing the most. Remember, like I said, they did it on Black Ink Crew, the New York one with Young Bay, and Puma was calling her out for that. But anyway, he got a fine light-skinned woman at home. Shout out to my baby Kwani, one of the finest women that have ever been on the show. Sweet Lord. And another thing is that they try to accuse Kodak Black of being a colorist recently, and come to find out, he explained why whatever it was that he did, I think it involved like tipping at a club, and he like ran out of money, and they tried to say, oh, he didn't want to give the dark skinned girl any singles or whatever, and he actually ran out of money. It was some stupid shit. It was just something so stupid and easily explainable. It's like you got people looking for colorism anywhere they can find it, even where it doesn't exist. Crazy. True insanity. And shout out to Rashida Strober. Bless her heart. I love Rashida Strober. You know, she seems like a cool person, but I think she's also nuts, allegedly. Just my opinion. She's the dark-skinned activist. She has, I think, a book or something, and she talks about this dark. Come to find out that woman's man, her husband or whatever, is a light-skinned dude. Go figure, right? But she's a dark-skinned activist. She was the one that called out Kendrick Lamar years ago, if I'm not mistaken, allegedly. She had beef with Tommy Sotomayor, yada, yada, yada. But shout out to Rashida Strober, but she goes way too far. She looks for colorism where it doesn't exist as well. Excuse me. Darkism. Hashtag darkism. That's what she calls it, darkism. Charmaine said that she cried more about this than when she found out her daddy had cancer. That shit must have hurt her pretty bad, because, I mean, finding out your daddy has cancer has to be like one of the worst things in the world. So I don't know if she's pulling the Karen when she says that, or if she's dead ass serious, but that's what the heifer said. Shout out to Charmaine. RP to her mom and her dad. And I wish that Charmaine had an OnlyFans. I'm the only person that could put all of that into the same sentence and it'll be acceptable. But anyways, like Charmaine has said, you know, she felt like betrayed by them, in so many words, because, you know, other cast members would go off and producers cuss them out or whatever, maybe take their microphone off, F you, you know, all that type of stuff, you know, this type of stuff you could expect behind the scenes in a reality TV show. But she was like the loyal one, you know what I mean? Like she was the one, like the team player. So she felt like really betrayed by them. Excuse me, like they had really turned their backs on her. And she said, okay, first of all, they were filming 7A and then they went to 7B. So season 7 of Black Ink Crew Chicago, when I say 7B, is basically the second half of the season, right? And she filmed one scene for 7B, which I guess they're on right now. Is the show still on? Or are they on a break? No, they're on the New York version. Okay, I guess they're going to air 7B next in the next few months or several months or whatever. Anyways, she was filming for the show. She did one scene. And they were like, oh, we're sorry. This is all alleged. All her words, all alleged. We're sorry. We did it for Twitter conversation. They said, we're so sorry. We don't see a colorism issue, allegedly. What makes matters worse is that Charmaine says that when Big Fish, shout out to Big Fish, the production company, came to her, and, you know, they were talking about, you know, who was going to be there at the shop on the show and shit. She came to the conclusion, wait a second, I don't have a brown skin girl. So she was like, look, I need somebody brown skin up in here on this show. So, and then the girl went and did that shit. Oh, speaking of colorism and Black Ink Crew, I just remember something. You know who accused me of being a colorist? And she's one of the finest light-skinned women ever, Miss Kitty. Yes, Kit Sylvain, my baby, accused me of being a colorist. And that's why we don't have an interview with each other to this day. That's my baby. She knows I love her. And she won't even do an interview with me because she said I'm a colorist. Can y'all believe that? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all were there on her Instagram live when we got into it. It was pretty much one-sided because I wasn't going to dare, you know, say anything wrong back to her because I like her too much. But she told me I'm a colorist. I've never colored a photo. I never colored a movie. I've never colored a picture. I don't even know how to color inside the lines. So I don't know what she's talking about. How can I be a colorist? It doesn't make any sense. If you want to see the Kit live where we got into it, say post The Kit Live in my comment section, and I'll post the Instagram live with a commentary and the video footage. To wrap this up, your girl Charmaine said that she is done with Black Ink Crew. She quit the show. She's not coming back. There's no way that they can reconcile this, and it's just done. Even though, you know, she was basically the star of the show. Like, she was like how Steve Urkel was on Family Matters. The star of the show was supposed to be like Carl Winslow, but it ended up being Steve that really took off. That's how it was with her on this show. She ended up being the breakout star, and she's pretty successful. She doesn't need to do show anymore, and she would love to do reality TV again. She loves connecting with the fans like that, you know, being on TV. Remember, this is the chick that poured water on her own baby's face for a TikTok or Instagram video, whatever. So, you know, she ain't right in the head, allegedly. And, you know, she loves the attention. She wants to be seen and everything. She likes the publicity, just not negative, ridiculous, over the top bullshit publicity. But anyway, so let me know you made it all the way to the end of this video. The secret password to say in the comment section is, if you're happy that she quit the show, say finally. Because you're like, shoot, finally she quit, you know? If you want her to stay on the show, if you want her to come back, say come back. However, if you're in the middle, where you kind of really don't care or you just don't know what to say I don't know. And that'll let me know that you're neutral one way or another for whatever reason or another. But anyway, make sure you post a comment below. Make sure you click the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe, choose all notifications. The links to the other 2 channels are in the description box. Make sure you're subscribed to all 3. Make sure you have all notifications set on all 3 channels, so that way you receive alerts when the videos get posted, and you'll be able to click and watch and listen and post comments and click thumbs up. We can just keep going through this whole thing over and over again. I'm thinking about making a 4th channel. I have some ideas. But anyways, I gotta go, y'all. For now.